So, thanks everyone. So, I'm Ben Blue. I'm CEO and co founder of Aura Biomedical. My interest in longevity started from a very, very early age. I was lucky enough to be raised in a four-generation household. My great grandmother lived to 111. She was the oldest woman in Alaska. And what was incredible about her life story was that she was healthy and cognizant and active up until she was impaired by an injury very, very late in life. Conversely, my grandmother, her daughter, has had 30 years of health issues. So even early on, I was asking the question, why do some people have different aging phenotypes? What can we do about it? Now, as a longevity researcher, as I've started to figure out ways to measure longevity, find new drugs, the question has become, how do I get these to patients? And I think we've all heard today about the promise of longevity, but the challenge is figuring out where you deploy them. So at Aura Biomedical, I was excited about looking first into injury repair and resilience. So the angle that we've taken is to use our best-in-class longevity therapeutics to improve patient outcomes by improving resiliency, first and foremost, to radiation damage. Now, this is a huge unmet need. Currently, about 10 million people a year receive radiation therapy. 95% of them get dermatitis of the skin. And what that means is that we've got a whole patient population that is ready for a longevity therapeutic that needs it now. And because of the application being dermal, we can actually get to market relatively quick. Oh, thank you, Brenda. You're so good. So, our fundamental question is, can we use longevity medicine to safeguard our bodies, safeguard our DNA from this damaging effect, enabling healthier treatments and aging? So, what we're proposing with our first therapeutic is Orb 1284, a molecule that we've discovered improves both animal lifespan and resilience to radiation as a topical gel treatment for patients undergoing this therapy. Now, what I want to emphasize here is that because we're tackling this from the root cause of longevity, what you're seeing is not something that works like sunblock. This isn't blocking the radiation. This is actually improving the DNA damage repair in the cells themselves, making them repair from injury as if they're younger. So we're proposing to apply this before and after treatment to improve patient outcomes. And what's exciting about this to me personally is that this is a great jumping block. We get early into a patient market, we show effectiveness, and then, like we talked about earlier with GLP-1s, this is a really obvious physical symptom that we can see. So patients, families, and friends are going to see these healthy outcomes and ask, well, if it's affecting longevity, why don't I want to take it too? Not through having to go through radiation. So overall, we've picked this as a really strategic market. It's targeted. Relatively small total addressable market in the near future of $200 million, but we think we can get there within the next probably about 2 years with a really effective early clinical trial. Why I love that though is that the road doesn't stop here. Even though we've got a modest market up front, the expansion has shown great promise. So starting with this as a topical application, we also have applications across cosmetics, beauty products, and then actually national defense, directed energy weapons and lasers and radiation is always something that's top of mind. Skin cancer prevention, and then eventually the aging therapy that we all want to get to market, even space medicine. You know, I was talking to someone earlier today, and there's a thought process. We could get to Mars today from an engineering perspective, but we'd probably arrive sick. This would allow us to actually go for it. So why Aura isn't a one-trick pony? Why did we get here? Why did we find our next trick? Well, what we actually found, we developed a platform that allows us to screen in animals for phenotypic effects first. So we actually start with full animal lifespan as our initial data point in a very simple animal model across all these different indications. This is a very busy data sciencey slide that hopefully appeals to some of the scientists in the rooms. For anyone else, I'm going to go through it very quick. But we start with screening a whole library of molecules. We find ones that extend lifespan. Then we immediately take those into human cell cultures to show translational relevance, all the way through effects of this treatment preventing radiation damage in human tissue. And something I'm particularly excited about that is relatively new. We found a natural product derivative that works almost as well as our prime therapeutic candidate at reducing radiation damage. So what we're actually doing in the near term is while we continue the long process of therapeutic development, Aura Biomedical is spinning up a cosmetic application here. And because you can move very quickly in that space. We are excited about being able to fund the rest of our research through developing this cosmetic, and we actually have early human live data showing that it prevents UV damage. We're not going to market this as a sunscreen, but as an aesthetic product, but we're really excited about moving this forward. So we have gone through the risk of discovery. We've found things that work. We've gotten NIH and DOW SBIRs, and we're about halfway through raising this pre-seed round. We've got an incredible team of longevity scientists, industry insiders, and we're looking for people to join our team. So please come and talk to me afterwards if you're curious. Thank you so much.
Does anybody have any questions? Yeah.
Very cool. What kind of human cells did you put it on?
So the clinical therapeutic target was skin fibroblasts. That's how we tested all of our higher energy radiation and the therapeutic candidate. The molecule there that's the natural product, that was let's be honest, that was me. So that's the beauty of working with in the cosmetic space, is that I as a scientist get to try stuff out, right? This is a consumer product, and I made the joke earlier to someone, if the McDonald's CEO also has to eat his product, I have a less of a risk profile than he does by testing this out.
Any other questions?
I was hearing that de-aging would only be possible if the telomeres at the end of the DNA weren't completely, it hadn't reached past like telomere buffer. I don't know what the terminology is. Have you tested your product when it's already gone past that point?
So we haven't looked at telomere depletion yet, and it's a really common, I think, in popular science aspect of aging that gets really highlighted. It's just one of many, and so what we're focusing on is some of the different subsets of aging and longevity. But I'd love to in the future look at that, and we'll be diving in. Trust me.
Cool. I think that is it. Does anybody have any other questions? No?
And find me afterwards.
Okay, cool. Thank you, Ben.